Right, so I'm off to the workshop. This morning, Mark 1 broke down again. Didn't really break down, sort of broke down. Had a code come up on idle. Idle was all fluctuating, stuff like that. So vacuum leak, and I'll show you where that vacuum leak is. So let's head off to the workshop. What can I say? What's better than one Audi TT?
Two Audi TT.
So one of my subscribers asked me, how's the painted fuel cap getting on? Let me show you. I think it's still pretty much looking as good as the day I've done it, to be honest with you. So happy days with that, isn't it? Right, then let me show you the problem that I've had with this. So when you fit the catch can kit over here, ching ching ching, you put a little bung under here, and that little bung has split. It's very thin and very soft. So what I've done is I've got a bit of, I don't know if you can see it, you can probably see it there, got a bit of fuel hose, bolt in one end, Jubilee round the bolt end, and Jubilee onto the thing. It's a lot thicker hose, so it ain't going to split basically. This one is quite, I don't know, it's not thin, but it's quite soft, and I think maybe at the end is quite thin. I mean, the sides have been alright, it's just literally blown up. I mean, you can see it's not, yeah. So I basically had a code up on the car. Actually no, so what happened, I was driving to work, thought I'd use the Mark 1 for a few days, drove to work, stopped off at work, and the revs just started going, doing all that funny magic stuff. So when I got the scan coder out, ABD11, plugged it in, read the codes and that lot. I think it was like a P0507 or something. I should have it up here now. So then I was like, oh no, what's gone wrong now? So I looked at it and it's like, okay, some idle control valve. But it's probably more likely to be a vacuum leak than the idle control valve. So I've obviously started looking around everything, thinking, like, just obviously checking all the vacuum lines, everything like that, thinking PCV stuff. But obviously we removed the PCV, so there ain't much of that left. So it could only really leave that little bit. So I had a little feel around there, and I could feel it all, you know, mushy at the bottom where it had obviously blown out. So hopefully that has sorted it. But another thing is, you have to keep on taking this part off. And when you keep taking this part off, these little bits, these screws, basically weld themselves in. And then you can't do that, so you have to take the whole thing out. See these holes here? You put an Allen key basically between them and undo it that way. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to drill these bolts out today. I've got this little assortment here, so what I'm going to use, some nice little black hex bolts on there, so no more worrying about that. So let's drill those out, because they seize, they're rubbish, they're not very good, and I think the hex bolt will be a lot better than that. So let's smash those out quickly. So I put it all back together. In the end, I didn't drill them out in the end because they were an absolute pain. So I stopped drilling and just put the Allen key bits through here. So what I'll do is I'll buy one of those nice little chrome covers, then I can break that plastic cover off, and then I'll be able to get those bolts off and then fix the new chrome one when I get one of those. So that is all done now. So let's start the car up and see if she idles nice now. Shame I didn't get a video of it before, of its fluctuating, but basically the revs were like, ooh, like that. So that was good sound effects there as well. So let's start her up and see what happens. Oh yeah, and I sorted the knob out as well. I polished it all up, made it look like brand new. There we go, she's idling absolutely spot on now. So I think that is a job done. Let me just show you some other little bits I've done and show you some bits that we've still got to do. Right, so that is that vacuum leak sorted out. I've cleared the code, so that shouldn't be back, but I will double check it. I've got rid of those pesky bolts and just put some hex bolts in these. Obviously you can get these off a lot easier. And I've just painted some washers black as well. So once they're dry, I'll put those on as well. See what other bits have we got. Right, so to come on the channel yet, these guards are an absolute pain. These for the front brake guard, these are too small. I bought 2 sets of rears, they're both too small. So I've got 2 5/6 rear discs. So we've got some drilled and grooved vented rear discs for the rear with some Mintex pads, and obviously Mintex pads for the front as well. Yeah, let me just stand the camera up. And we got some nice new drilled and grooved front disc pads to put on as well. These are MTech. These are 312mm standard size. These are 356 rears, which are standard size for this car, because I measured the other ones and that's what they were. I got some proper brake grease, so I'm not even going to be using cop slip on the pads. I'm going to be using proper brake grease. So we've got that to come up on the channel, which I can't wait to get them on, but I don't really want to put them on until I've got the right guards. I've sourced some rears now. I'm just trying to source the fronts. They do some oversized ones, which I probably will have to end up getting. But yeah, we're getting there. These gates are going a little bit close to the Mark II out here. Let's just go and check that. It's quite windy here at the moment. Let's check it out. That's good. I'll put the old stand down there. And I'm even thinking about having a little go at sorting these bits of lacquer out. Because I thought, if I do it wrong, it's going to have to get done anyway. So if I can have a go at just trying to sort these lacquer peels out, just sort of sand them back, wet sand them back, and then just spray a bit of lacquer on, it might look a lot better. But I'll probably start. Let's close this. Let's close this one, because this is getting very windy out there. That's better. Yeah, I'll probably start with this first, because it's quite bad and it's just a single piece, so then I can realise how far I need to sand it back. I might put a bit of paint in there as well, try and build that up a bit, but we'll see what happens. Right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.